Hey there, Jamie with Brazelton Realty here. I'm going to address a question that I hear all the time, and that is, where are all these buyers coming from? This is a question that everybody is asking because we seem to have way more buyers than we've ever had before, and unfortunately we have a historic low in inventory. So it's creating quite the interesting real estate market. Now, if you're new to this channel and you just want to keep up to date with the real estate market and you want to hear more tips and tricks about buying and selling, and you're interested in the Northern Colorado area, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification to be notified next time I post a video. All right, so where are all these buyers coming from? This is driving us crazy, right? Well, it's a good and a bad thing. This is the main question that I get asked by buyers and from sellers because they want to know what is changing within the economy. Now, I'm going to address our Northern Colorado market, and I'm going to give us 5 things that I think are contributing to the buyer growth and the population growth that we are seeing here specifically. This doesn't apply everywhere because every market is just a little bit different, but this is what I am seeing here in the Front Range. Now, one of the things that we have seen in 2020, but it was also leading up to 2020. 2020 just escalated it, is we saw this huge push for employers to send their employees home and let them work from home. Now, not every career path allows for this, but there's a lot of them out there that are fine if the individual works from home. You know, they can do as good of a job from home as they could in the office. Now, from an employer perspective, this saves costs for their real estate. It also saves a lot of supply costs for them. So it's advantageous for them as well. And because of that, a lot of potential buyers are saying, well, if I'm working from home, then I can live anywhere I want. And so I might as well live where I want to live and do my job from there. So it's kind of a win-win situation in a lot of regards. So we're seeing a lot of people move here in Northern Colorado because it's where they want to live and they can work all around the world and still live here. Next, we're seeing a trend within generations right now. This trend is called Suburban Migration, or it's even called the Metro Exodus. Essentially, what it's referring to is the younger millennials that have started to get older, they're starting to have families and their priorities are starting to change. And because of that, they're actually moving out of the suburban or out of the metro areas and into more of the suburban areas, and they're living there because you can have more of a community life and it's better to raise a family in those areas. You can get a bigger house. So there's a lot of reasons for that, but we saw this before 2020 or at the beginning of 2020. But then COVID, when it hit, it really escalated that up because a lot of people were spending more time at home and spending more time with their families. Now, the third thing that we're seeing is we're seeing a rise in housing prices. There's a lot of factors for that. One of the most primary factors right now is just the rise in material costs. It's more expensive to have laborers. Lumber has gone through the roof, steel has gone through the roof, glue has gone through the roof. So all these material costs are just adding up and causing builders to have to raise their prices just to produce the same house that they were producing a year ago. So with the rise of housing costs, a lot of people are getting pushed out of certain areas and pushed into more economical areas where they can buy a house for a better price point and then commute to work. This is something that we've seen here in Colorado for a long time. It's not new to us. We've seen it really escalate with material costs going through the roof. Now, the fourth thing that we have seen is we see people desiring more of a community life. And I do think that COVID really developed this in people as a desire to have a tight-knit community with either within your own home or within your neighborhood in general, because they were spending so much time at home and with their neighbors and that close-knit community, that they started to value that more. And so we see people moving to areas where they can build that tight-knit community. And northern Colorado tends to be known for having a fantastic community life, so it tends to stand to reason that a lot of people are moving here to take advantage of that. Now, reason number 5 that I think people are moving to northern Colorado is because we have the stimulus that has gone out multiple times. People have some more money in savings, and we have a higher or a lower APR than we've ever seen. And those two combinations allow buyers or potential buyers to enter that market a little bit easier so that they can get into a property. So you see people that normally wouldn't buy all of a sudden having ability to buy and purchase a house. So they're entering the market. I hope this is helpful. I hope this information is giving you a little bit more insight as to why people are moving to northern Colorado. I'm going to stick a link down in the description if you're interested in the housing market here in Colorado. This is a market report for 2020. It'll give you a little bit more insight as to what we've seen in this economy and in this market, specifically to Colorado. So go ahead and click that link, download it for free. And if you've appreciated this video and it's been beneficial, hit that like button.